So this game looks really cool, but it's getting like a ton of backlash, like a ton of backlash. I can't um I I can't I just see so many people just trash on it. It's called Illuvium. Hey, sounds good, Nate. Sounds good. Oppenheimer, thank you so much for that follow, brother. Welcome to Tavern, man. Opinions? I rather not share on stream, brother. It was let's put it this way, I don't agree with what happened. Put it that way. I don't agree with what happened. I think it was very misorganized, and that's where I'm just gonna leave it. People died. It doesn't matter my opinion, it doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks right now. People died, and that's the big issue. Um I'm hoping that nothing like this happens again, and they can fix that stuff, because that's unfortunate that you went to a concert to enjoy and you lost your life due to misorganization. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't want to go either way in this situation. There's so many unknowns that I'm gonna keep neutral at this point and keep my opinion to myself until all the truth is out. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is this the DMCA? I don't know. I actually don't know if it's DMCA. It's so hard to know what is DMCA now and what isn't DMCA anymore, you know what I mean? That's a lot of purple. What it is, it's a collectible RPG and auto battler, which looks super cool. All right, so if I go offline, you know it was DMCA, not you, and don't use this this music in your. Chomp, 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 chomp. So she's battling and her pet's battling. Ooh. Spin to win, spin to win. Oh, the flying. Is she combining all three into one? Oh, that's a big boy. Hit the little like lobster in the background. So this game's getting a ton, like a ton of what the heck. That's what this game's getting right now. It's getting a lot of hate for some reason. I'm not sure why. probably the whole NFT things. But what's if you're sitting here collecting monsters, and it's like almost like what Pokemon's been so popular for. How does I'm sorry, I'm turning away. How does NFTs get tied into it? You know what I mean? Oh god. Oh, ow. Looks more like TFT. The battle looks like TFT, doesn't it? Oh, the Ghost Rhino. That's his attack as a Ghost Rhino? I love it. Mushroom Turtle. Beat up Mushroom Turtle. Which has a massive pay to win? Okay. So you're gonna be buying creatures, I guess? But isn't NFTs like, so doesn't NFTs, don't you own the rights to that digital thing? So how does that work with creatures? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand NFTs, so I'm super blind to the thing. I don't know what NFT or any of that stuff really goes for. So I know I should educate myself more, but I just I don't get it. Like, I think this looks like a cool auto battler, to be honest, but I don't know. People are just getting a ton of hate. If I mean, if anyone knows, I would love to understand it. Here's the gameplay and mechanics.
Illuvium is a play-to-earn open-world RPG built as a DAO or
Play to earn.
decentralized autonomous organization on the Ethereum blockchain. During gameplay, players can navigate across an open terrain to achieve the following goals. First, use your drone to mine and mint gemstones, crystals, ores, and shards. Second, encounter and capture powerful creatures known as Illuvials. Third, battle other gamers in peer-to-peer arenas. Minted gemstones, crystals, and ores can enhance a player's drones, body armor, and weapons. Additionally, players can battle, defeat, and capture Illuvials using their newly minted shards. Shards range in capture power, thus powerful Illuvials require shards with a higher capture power. Some rare finds can actually alter the properties of your shard, giving them shiny, gold, or holographic appearances. As a side note, capture rates change based on the number of Illuvials that have been captured, meaning it becomes more difficult to capture Illuvials as the game progresses. Once a player defeats and captures an Illuvial, that Illuvial remains the player's possession on the blockchain indefinitely. Your Illuvials can be used for battle, fusing, bonding, or be sold at the market. Now, Illuvials don't evolve or develop over time, so capturing one and letting it collect dust is counterproductive. But there are 3 ways that you can develop your Illuvial. The first is through battle, and there are 2 battle modes. The first is ranked, the second is Leviathan. They are both auto battlers, meaning your Illuvial will choose and attack its own opponent. In ranked arenas, players and Illuvials are equalized. The goal of the ranked arena is to test individual skill and synergistic strategy. Let me explain. There are 5 base classes and 5 base affinities. The 5 base affinities are Earth, Fire, Air, Water, and Nature. However, the most powerful ascended forms contain 2 elements. For example, Frost affinities are composed of a Water affinity and an Air affinity. And some Illuvials have a strong bond with a singular affinity, such as the Inferno, composed of 2 Fire affinities. There are also 5 base classes: the Fighter, the Guardian, the Rogue, the Scion, and the Empath. Again, the most powerful ascended forms contain 2 classes. For instance, the Slayer class is composed of a Fighter and a Rogue class. Further again, some alluvials have a strong bond with a singular class, such as the Invoker, which is composed of 2 Scion classes. Each alluvial can be categorized into at least 1 class and at least 1 affinity. Synergy is optimized by finding the appropriate combination of affinity and class.
Right now, I kind of need that meme where like all the little numbers and letters start flying around my face, because I get it, but at the same time, I'm just like,
your opponent. The Leviathan arena, however, is more of a no-holds-barred type of arena. This is likely where whales will go to flex their collection, and speculators can place bets and wagers on battle outcomes. As you battle your alluvials, they become more powerful. Injured alluvials can return to their shards to regenerate. But if your alluvial needs instant health, the game has various plants, fruits, and vegetation that can nurse your alluvial back to power. The second way to develop your alluvial is by fusing it. Now, fusing it requires 2 things. The first, 3 alluvials of the same level. Now, I've seen videos out there that have mentioned that you need 2 alluvials of the same level, but that is incorrect, guys. You need 3 alluvials of the same level. It also requires that each of these alluvials reaches their maximum threshold level through battle. Be careful with this because it requires that you burn all 3 of your NFTs to mint your upgrade. This is irreversible. And this is also significant because this game has minting periods, and these minting periods end. And no more creatures of that type and that level will be minted ever again. So it's very possible that most, if not all, of your base level alluvials will be burned away in upgrades. Now, if you're not familiar, a burn is essentially when they take an NFT or your non-fungible token and they send it to a burned address, meaning that nobody has the private keys to this address and those alluvials can never be recovered. However, this also means that base layer alluvials could become very rare collector items, like wooden weapons in Breath of the Wild. The third way to develop your alluvial is to bond with your alluvial. Now, this requires that a player bonds with one of their alluvials in order to gain additional benefits in combat. Now, be careful with this because this is basically permanent, and I have no idea what the effects will be on your ability to unbind, fuse, or sell that alluvial later in the open market. As mentioned before, this is an open world game, which means the map is probably fairly large. So the game contains portals called obelisks.
The map is probably fairly large. Aren't you a developer for it? So don't you know how large the world is?
Which can be used to instantly transport players from region to region. As the game progresses, more portals will open, giving players access to new regions and new alluvials. However, gaining access to these new regions will cost an in-game fee as a travel cost. It's likely that whatever's on the other side will be pretty hard to defeat and thus more valuable. The purpose of this video is to provide an overview of in-game play, not to discuss tokenomics. That deserves its own video. But Illuvium is a PvE, play-to-earn game, and in-game currency is essential to game mechanics. So here are a few things to note before the next video. Number 1. The ILV token is a governance token, nothing more. When staked, it can earn rewards in kind as ILV or as a synthetic version, the SILV in-game currency. However, ETH is the primary in-game currency. The white paper claims that the SILV token, which is the staking reward, is an in-game currency, but after some digging and some questions, it seems that the SILV token can only be used to replace ETH for transaction fees. Transaction fees only. Everything else requires ETH. Traveling, shard curing, weapons, armor upgrades, and imbues all require ETH.
That is exactly what I just thought, Knight. This game sounds exactly like it's pushing its own token, like they're trying to sell their own token. Like the game is really cool, but they're just trying to make money off their token.
The token is simply a governance token. It does not work in game. Another important thing to note is that
I want to send this to Arden, and I want Arden to watch this video. I'm gonna pack this all together in one video for YouTube. I'm gonna load it up to YouTube, and I'm gonna be like, Arden, watch this, and give me an explanation, please.
Each player will only have one account. With the success of Axie Infinity, a lot of people were expecting an Axie-like gameplay, where you'll have managers and scholarships. This is simply not the case. The reason for this is that what you farm in-game is not liquid, meaning you don't get rewarded tokens that you can dump or give to a manager later on. However, this is a DAO-based game and governance is determined by its token holders, so some of this is likely to change. It's also worth noting that this game is still in development. There are new changes being added every day, and I believe that a lot of this information will change over time. And I look forward to sharing the information that I find with you. Until then, please give me a like and subscribe if you
It's
found
trading
any
at
useful information in this video.
1250.
And please keep an eye out for my next video.
I guess when this video came out, it was at 54. Are people diving
Hello
hard into
everyone,
this
and
game?
welcome to my channel, and today I want to discuss the Illuvium minigame and land sale. On August 11th, Illuvium co-founder Aaron Warwick authored an Illuvium improvement proposal, designated IIP-10. The link's down below. The improvement proposal loosely outlines a minigame and land sale. The proposal provides a high-level overview of a city-building minigame that will ultimately interface with the main Illuvium game. The purpose of the minigame is to generate revenue and mint NFTs. Thus, approximately 100,000 unique parcels of land will be sold at a Dutch auction. The proposal further outlines participation requirements, auction mechanics, a product-to-market schedule, and
Wait a
potential
minute.
applications.
Wait. So they're selling land in the game now?
Based on the extremely limited information available in the proposal, I'll do my best to cover each of these touch points. First, who can participate and what are the mechanics of the Dutch auction? The co-founders made it very clear that they wanted outsiders and non-community members to participate in the land sale. So it's no surprise that anyone can participate and you don't need to hold ILV tokens. Again, ETH is the primary in-game currency. However, the proposal also suggests that buyers could use SILV tokens.
Look at this. Amount staked 4.09 ILV, $2,000. So that means he has $2,000 worth of it, right?
As a payment method. This would incentivize token holders to claim their SILV tokens instead of ILV. From an investor perspective, this makes perfect sense.
This is Illuvium, and it's literally an NFT gaming.
May be complicated, as it remains unclear if hybrid payments can be made. Furthermore, a secondary market for SILV trading pairs seems inevitable. During the auction, approximately 20,000 parcels of land will be sold
ridiculous.
per tranche until all available plots are purchased. As mentioned before, this will be a Dutch auction, which means land prices will begin high and slowly decline to zero or until a buyer is found. So think of this as a buy it now auction. The development and product to market schedules are TBD, as the proposal has yet to be approved.
This is crazy.
At least 2 additional core contributors.
What did I fall into?
Shared pools and solidity contracts must be established to bridge the games. Tentative release dates are as followed. Within 2 weeks, they will have an internal demo and video.
Welcome to NFT. I am so confused right now.
Within 10 weeks, V1 will be completed and the land sale can begin. Within 14 weeks, version 1.1 blueprints can be minted on the blockchain.
So people are making so much money off things like this.
Will be available and aligned with the Illuvium game. With only 100,000 parcels of land and a rapidly growing community of 76,000 plus people that will likely double in size by the time of the land sale, and a countless ETH whale population ready to ape in and overpay for any NFT project,
okay, I'm stopping here. I don't know what your guys' opinion. I don't know what your guys' opinion about this is. I am super confused. I don't get it. Like, maybe I just might be stupid in crypto, and I might just be stupid in this area, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being stupid in NFTs. I still don't get it. There's like a picture of some of the streamers going for what Amaranth is going for $120,000, and I'm like, for what though? And somebody's like, oh, they're gonna flip it. I go, flip it to who? Flip it for who? To who? For what? Who's gonna buy who's gonna pay more than $120,000 for a sketch drawing of somebody? Like, what are you flipping? Somebody makes money. A lot of people are losing huge amounts of money thinking they bought crazy valuable things, only to find out they're really worth it. That's what it sounds like. They're making money. It's all based on cash out when things end, which is all based on the dev not pulling a fad one. I mean, they just thought about this whole like crab game, or Squid Game. This whole Squid Game issue with the Squid Game NFT or Squid Game coin, that the people, when they bought it, literally on the front of it, it literally says you cannot sell these. Like you can buy them, but you can't sell them. And these guys just walked away with so much money. And the funny thing is, when the people bought the coin, they bought the coin, and all of the restrictions were listed when you bought the coin. So you basically just donated the guy's money. You just said, "Hey, go, I have money. These are yours." Oh my god, I'm out. They had me at the beginning when it was like super cool when you were like, when it was super cool in the beginning when I was like, oh, this is kind of like a really super major, oh my god, amazing Pokemon's kind of thing, and you're able to collect these creatures. And I even thought it was kind of cool, the idea that you own the rights to the creature. That was actually kind of cool. So can you imagine like going into the first Pokemon and Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle and Pikachu? Those four starter Pokemon were there, and then after like 6 months, you can't get those as starting Pokemon anymore, and they appear rarely in. I've always thought that would have been so cool for the Pokemon series to have like a ever evolving world where new creatures come in. Like, so let's say you have like let's say you have a Butterfree that mates with I don't know, Charmander as a joke, whatever, and then you have like a flying lizard, and those are now popular, but Butterfrees aren't very popular anymore, or very predominant anymore, and Charizards, um all that stuff. I always thought that would be really freaking cool, because can you imagine like a year down the road if the game's really popular and you have this like original Pokemon, and it's just so cool. It's like in RuneScape when they used to give out, so the devs used to give out in on events, they used to give out Halloween masks, party masks, they used to give out crowns, they used to give out Santa hats, they used to give all these things out, like the original things, and you used to be able to pick them off the ground. They still do. I didn't know they still did. You used to be able to pick them off the ground. They randomly would appear, and you'd be able to pick them up and hang out and chill. And now they're worth, like, I logged onto my RuneScape account a few years ago, and somebody's like, "I will give you 500 million gold." They're like, "I'll give you 500 million gold right now if you give me that Santa hat." And I was like, bro, I just logged on to see what my count was like. I, bro, uh, back up a little bit. I need my breathing space, man. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god, this is so weird. You mean so the massive RPG